Awesome. Great. Well, okay, so I'm leading a meeting. Woohoo! Hello, everyone. Hi, Kim. Hey, how are you? All right, so I forgot that I had told Dawn actually in December that she'd asked me to talk about a training that I've been following called The Magic Words of Selling. And so we had decided I was going to do it tonight. I totally forgot about it until yesterday morning. So I refreshed my mind on this today. I'm not all the way through this program, but we shared some of it at our leaders retreat that we did with Lisa's team in November, and it was received really well, even though we didn't have a lot of time to spend on it. So it's probably not going to be too long that I go through it. What I have here, if anyone wants the documents that come with the program, I have the rights to them because I actually purchased the whole program. So as we're going through, if you want to take notes, certainly you can do that. But I could also share the videos that I've been following of hers, and also the actual workbook that you print out, and I have in a little binder for myself. So, so the program is actually called The Magic Words to Selling and Sponsoring. I don't know if any of you have heard of Sonia Stringer. She is one that came up on my newsfeed probably in September, I guess. And so I listened to her free webinar, and I was just hooked. I just really, her words just really spoke super loudly to me. So I actually purchased the program. And I actually haven't even paid for it yet. I actually don't have to pay for it until February. So that was pretty cool. So I already know that I love it, and it's been really good for me. So just to give you guys an overview of what this program is about, Sonia used to work for Tony Robbins, the big motivational speaker that a lot of people, most everyone probably has heard of. And she actually traveled the country for 4 years working as a national sales trainer for him. And what she did is she went into huge cities weeks before Tony was scheduled to speak, and her job was to go into companies and get interest in people attending his programs. So the art of I guess cold calling, if you will, she actually would spend 12, 15 hours a day literally making phone calls to businesses and trying to get herself in front of businesses so that she could talk about why they should get their staff to get into Tony's programs and pay to be in his programs. She's a wonderful speaker. Like, I just love listening to her. So I have been hooked on her ever since. So again, the program is called The Magic Words of Selling and Sponsoring. And like I said, y'all feel free to take notes on some of the things that we're going to talk about. But basically, her main focus is that if you're in any business, whether it's an MLM or really any type of business, but something where you actually have to do cold or warm calling, if you're not getting the kind of results that you want to, that it may not be because of what you're doing in the business, but it's quite possibly how you're communicating, sharing the business with people who are reading about you. And about what you're trying to convey to them to obviously to generate business. I will be reading notes like we always hear, everybody that talks on these calls, but there's no way I could keep all this in my head. So I'll be flipping through as we go. But basically, the premise is that we know in Plexus that we have something valuable to share, and we at times get frustrated or don't understand why people aren't receiving, or they're not as excited as we are about products. I mean, sure, some people, frown because they're MLMs and they think it's a scam and all that mess. But even that aside, we know we have great products that work. But getting people to get interest in that, to get the walls down so that they can actually, take advantage and try our products and our business opportunity is a challenge. We all face that all the time. So I know, it's a matter of, we're all in the same boat on that one. One of the things that she focuses on is that you really need to focus on speaking the language of your prospects. So you want to put your mindset into their minds and try and think and become how they would want to receive that information. What is it that they need to hear? How is it that they need to hear information so that they're going to want to listen to you and they're not going to shut down in the first 15 seconds of you talking to them or emailing them. I'm one that emails way more than I call for whatever reason. I know I've talked to Lisa, my direct upline, about that because I feel like I hide behind the email sometimes. But regardless, it's how you're communicating that information that we want it to be received in such a way that they're going to be open to hear what we have to say. So she talks about a couple of mistakes that we make unknowingly when we are working to promote products or Plexus products or the business opportunity. And one of them is speaking about ourselves and about our experiences. Her point being that it's completely understandable that we're excited because these products are working for us. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in Plexus. If, you know, I mean, we have to be a product of the product first. We all know that. But focusing more on what the products are doing for us rather than trying to convey what the products can do for the prospects that we're speaking to. And so saying, you know, I love my products because they did this for me, or I love the business opportunity because it changed my life in this way, or I think you would be really great at this business, or I think you should seriously take a look at this. So the focus being on ourselves and how we feel about what we're conveying. And so the challenge there is that we're talking to them, but we're making it all about us. It's all about us when we're speaking, you know, I and me, and even though we're excited and we want to share because we've had these experiences, it's better to try and change it so that we're really focused more on them and what it's going to do for them, and not, you know, speaking in that's first person, right? When you say I think it is. Yeah, I think that's right. Go back to English class. So you want to talk about your business and the products from their perspective instead. Right. So when you think about when you are listening to information that's coming to us, or somebody's trying to talk to us about something they have to offer to us, whatever it might be, not necessarily products, but just something that's new that someone's trying to convey to us, what we're thinking in our minds is, what does this mean to me? And what should I do? How's it going to benefit me? So we're really not even completely engaged in what they're saying, because we're trying to process, what's this going to mean for me personally, and how's it going to help, or why, you know, either why am I interested or why am I not interested? If what we're hearing doesn't really mean anything to us, we're not going to act on it. Okay, and so the same thing would apply to a prospect or a potential customer that you're speaking to. So ultimately, when we're speaking out of our excitement and our passion, we often think about what's in it for me. And what that shift needs to be is changing it to be, what is in it for them? What is in what we're saying for them? Focusing it again on them. So change it. One simple thing to do when you're posting, for example, is to change your language from using I to using you. So you'll love our products because here's what they can do for you, rather than what it's done for me. Now, personally, I think we have to mix that up and share that, because testimonies are obviously all about us and they're very important. But so I guess what I took from this mainly is that we definitely want to mix that up, so that sometimes we're putting ourselves into onto their end of the conversation or the email or the post or whatever it is, so that we're blending the two of those together. Another mistake that is a common one, as she speaks about in her training, is that it's very easy to get caught up in talking all about what we're offering, whether it be the products or the business. Now, I feel like I need to fully disclose up front, I am not very medically minded. I don't have a lot of knowledge about the products. That's an area where I would say that I'm weak in. Some of the members on our team, Lisa is certainly one that comes to mind, Heather as well, with being in nursing. You guys know a lot about the specifics of the products, and Missy too, and what they can do for people medically, like from the, the science behind them kind of thing. And as good as that information is, a lot of you guys who I mentioned, you probably are going to have people that are going to receive that information, and they're going to absorb that better than perhaps the people that are watching my posts, because I'm not in that world as much as you guys are. So again, I want to say up front that just because she's speaking about these different areas to refocus, I don't think they apply to everyone, and certainly they don't apply to everyone all the time. So I wanted to say that up front. But just keeping it in mind that the end result, there was a really cool quote that she said, is that basically, rather than speaking so much about what the products can do, you want to focus again on what it can do for them and that end result, that it's going to benefit them. There are people out there that are just really going to be more focused on that than all of the information that gets to that end result, that we really want to look at what the products can do for them and not necessarily all the details that get us up to that point, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm just going to read this one thing that she put in her speaking. When your prospects hear a breakdown of ingredients found in your product, it doesn't really mean anything to them. However, when you talk about how your product can help them have younger looking skin or lose weight or have more energy or reduce sugar cravings, that means something to them. So then it's more personalized. So that's the main focus for that. And the same applies for the business as well. So rather than going through so much of the amazing details initially, it's really more talking about what's that end result that's going to benefit them. Okay, so she actually took us through some examples. I'm not going to take you guys through this. Again, this information is available. I can share it. I have the rights to do that with my team, which I thought was really cool, because that means nobody else has to pay for it. I'm one who had to jump all in, because that's how I roll. Okay. So talking about the benefits, so the example that she had us go through was like making a list of our products and talking about what is a benefit of that. So I just did the basic one. I just did Slim, and and I just went with the focus on the energy. So Slim helps you have sustained energy throughout the day. Well, that's great. It's useful. People definitely pay attention to that. But her suggestion is actually taking that into another level, and so rather, that's the benefit of the product. But then she actually speaks about, so what is the benefit of that benefit, which sounds kind of weird, but it makes sense when she talked about it. So instead of just saying, Slim can help you have sustained energy throughout the day, it may turn it into something like, Slim can help you have sustained energy throughout the day, so you can so you can enjoy more time with your family, or so that you can go on that hike that you always wanted to do in the afternoon, but you're too tired to do. So it's really extending it a little bit. Her point being that we hear so often about, we have products that are going to help you lose weight, which they do. We know Slim as one example. We know Slim is one product that has that as one of its features. But why? What's the benefit of losing weight, and personalize that again, so the person that's listening can actually receive that information and internalize it and say, oh, right, that actually makes sense to me. Like, it's not just losing weight, but it's losing weight so I can, do these things, or have more energy so that I can do these things, and be more specific about that. So, and the same goes for the business opportunity. I'm not going to go through that too much. I'm also checking on the time. Yeah, okay. So just a quick summary of some of the pieces that I was talking about. It's just really important that we want to make it all about them when we're speaking to our prospects. Change I to you regularly when we're posting. And that's something I've tried to incorporate. It takes practice. I have to admit, it's easier for me to talk about myself and what products have done for me, and what the business has done for me. That's easier than trying to put it into the mindset of the person that's listening. But that's that's definitely worth getting into, and then getting into more another level of the benefits of the products and what they can do for you on a more personal note. Kind of digging into the deeper benefits of those. She talks a lot about also about the psychology of selling. I'm not going to get into that. It was actually really interesting, but it's definitely not something that I felt that I could go through in a live call that was going to not put everybody to sleep at 9:45. But the one that really struck with me was actually in the third lesson that she talked about, and that was matching your message to your market. So my world is, I'm no longer a mom of young kids. I've gone through that. I have the utmost appreciation for everything that I read and that I hear, but I don't have the same relationship, not understanding. I'm not in it anymore. I lived it. I went through it. I can definitely relate to it, but it's not where I am. Where I am in my business, in Plexus, as well as my other business in my accounting, is I work with professional women who are networking. That's a lot of the people that I see. Well, I work with men too, but most of the networking that I do is with women. And so matching your message to your market means figuring out what the people that you're talking to, what are the things that are important to them. So, those of you guys that are in on the call, if you are stay-at-home moms, there's definitely things that, like, you have other stay-at-home moms or moms, younger moms perhaps, that are in your Facebook friend list that are reading what you're posting. Gearing your message and what you say to them so that they, again, can personalize that and really get attached to that. Again, for me, that's not something that I'm able to do as much anymore because I'm just not in that world as I used to be. But so, for example, if you are looking at, I'll go away from stay-at-home moms and talk about working moms for a minute. So speaking about, what are working moms looking for? What's something that would jump at them and kind of grab them and make them go, wait, that's me, and I need to find out more about that. They want more time with their kids because maybe they have to drop their kids off at daycare because they then have to go into the workplace. Most of the time that's the case, right? Looking for more fulfilling work rather than just having a job to help pay the bills and to pay for the daycare that they had to go through. And many of you know that, you live that. I certainly lived it for quite a few years. Making more money in fewer hours, having control over their schedule more, and making a difference and feeling that they're more meaningful, or their life has more meaning rather than just getting through, what they need to do to make to get the bills paid. She went through a whole section as well on baby boomers. I'm not going to go through that one, but certainly she came up with some great areas of focus that different markets and different kinds of people that are listening to you are going to receive better. For me, I focused it, as I was saying, on working professional women. And, some of you may be in this world with me. I'm not really sure, but it's easier for me to work on that because that's where my world is right now. So for working professional women who have kids that are older or grown, maybe even out of college, as mine are, having no time for themselves. These are people who are working in corporate America, being stuck in the machine, crazy hours, lots of stress, unrealistic expectations from authority, not being appreciated for what they do, just pretty standard kind of things that we deal with, or at least I dealt with when I was in corporate America, but I now work for myself, so I'm not dealing with that as much, but I definitely can relate to it. And then looking at what are the solutions that make those concerns, that would make those concerns go away, ideally. So, having no time for themselves versus having a flexible schedule that Plexus can give you, being stuck in the machine versus being their own boss, all these things that we know. We whether we're in this full time or whether we're pursuing that, we can certainly relate to where we're heading, and certainly watching those diamonds. It's very inspiring to me. Rather than having too much stress in your world, stress becomes excitement and it becomes a challenge. And these are definitely things that I can speak to personally now. So makes me excited to talk about it when I do go to my networking meetings and meet with other women who are in the professional world. And then she actually talked about getting into an elevator speech. Those of you that were at Super Saturday, I'm not sure how many on the call were there on Saturday, but we did spend a good bit of time on that. And she took us through this as well. And it was really interesting because I tried to write an elevator speech while I was sitting in the conference. I don't know, I just got myself on a little tangent and started taking notes. And then I looked back at these notes tonight when I was getting ready to talk to you guys, and I actually saw that I wrote a pretty stinking good elevator speech a couple months ago that I didn't remember that I took. So now I'm going to pay attention to this one and make this one my own, because I like this one better than the one that I made sitting at Super Saturday. So for me, again, thinking that my focus is on working professional women, when someone would come up to me and say, so what do you do for a living? Well, for a living, I still do the accounting, but I'm going to be talking Plexus here soon. So my answer, or my elevator speech that I created was, I help working women take charge of their finances with extra income and establish a plan B while getting healthy from the inside out. So I like it. It's short, it's to the point, and it will speak to the people that I'm going to be speaking to. Actually, in a couple weeks, on the 27th, when I talk 5 minutes in front of probably 40 professional working women at an event that I'm leading. So wish me luck, guys. Okay. So yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. You know, I'm sure this was a lot, or maybe this was a lot more general than you guys were hoping for tonight, but this is a really, really good program, and I'm sure I'm not doing it justice trying to talk to it without letting you guys actually see some of the exercises that it actually took us through. But for me, it's been great. There's actually 6 lessons. I still have not gotten past the 3rd one, but that's on my list of personal development for the next month to finish that up. So that's what I have. And she
was really. I'm back. Yeah, I've been listening. I needed to put one kid back to bed, but I've been here for most of it. That was excellent. I love that.
Thank you.
So much of what you said is right on point, and I'm thinking, well, I just went to that opportunity meeting tonight, and I think I presented the business opportunity and talked about myself the whole time. So I'm like, man, wish I could go redo it. But really good message. So thank you very much. I knew that you would nail it, Dawn. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you guys, so Dawn is, and I didn't get to introduce her because I had a 5-year-old that needed to go back to bed. So, but Dawn is a part of Lisa Winecoop's team. And did you already introduce yourself? Did you already do all that?
No, I didn't. I just jumped in.
That's okay. And she's in Maryland. And so really establishing herself in Maryland, because you don't really have a lot of team there. So really she's really had to hit the ground running and be really creative and really take some ownership in her business. And I really seen you do that and really rise to the occasion in your leadership, Dawn. So I knew that you would do a great job sharing and encouraging everyone. Yeah,
you. I'm going to mute myself now. That's what I should do, right?
But so you guys, I'm going to close out the meeting. I usually do the announcements in the beginning, so I'm going to just do a few quick announcements before we all say good night. You are a rock star. So just to kind of give you guys, there's probably, I kind of peeked and there are some brand new people, so I like to do a kind of a quick who we are so you know how you ended up on this call. If you're on this call, that means you're a part of our In the Pink team page and you're a part of our large team. And right now I looked at the numbers, we're up to about 750 people on our team. We are in Virginia mostly because I'm in Virginia, but we're also in Maryland. There's a good North Carolina, so we're kind of all up and down the East Coast. And of course we have people, you know, in other parts of the United States as well, certainly because of just how people move and military and social media connects us all. But this is really kind of cool. I just think it's really neat that we're the 2nd Jewel team in Virginia. I just think that's really cool, and I like being able to say that now. As of December the 31st, we are an Emerald team, and there's one other Sapphire team in Northern Virginia, but she's really from Texas and then California because she's military, so I don't know. So I think, you know, you guys know how competitive I am, so I'm thinking we need to be the first Diamond team in Virginia, you guys. So that's, setting our sights on that. But you guys, we've got a lot of really great momentum going into the new year. We had an amazing November and December, and we've got so much great energy on this team. To me, the team culture here is so supportive and so loving and so nurturing. And so everybody's really here is really open to helping one another. And so if you're brand new to our team, I just want to encourage you, jump in on our team page, start, meeting people. We kind of meet people through Facebook by messaging and asking questions, and grab yourself a power partner, grab somebody that's maybe just getting started too, and work together, because that's what makes this business, I think, even better than it already is the friendships that we make in the community. So really, I just encourage you to get involved in our team page. You're likely involved in another team page. There's sort of my team page is in the pink. So if you're my level 1, then you're only going to have my team page. But if you're not, then you probably have another one somewhere else. So you want to get with that, get on. Anyway, just get involved, because the community part is super fun. Just a couple things. We have a contest going on until the end of January. It started in November. So if you are getting ready to rank gold, senior gold, or ruby, but my mom's the only senior gold on the team right now, so I don't suspect that will be her. But by the end of January, you actually have a chance to win $1,000. So we have right now 2 people in the running. It's Amy Hayes and Bethany Haywood. So we're looking to see who else is going to promote this month by January the 31st. So if you're close, go for it, you guys, because it's worth it. I'm giving away $1,000 to one person and $500 to the other person. And so that is going on. I also have a contest going on right now. The first person to go silver, we call it going silver every month, in the month of January, I'm giving away the really cool Plexus organizer. I love my organizer, you guys. So if you, I can't keep track, so you guys are going to have to tell me. When you add 3 new ambassadors in the month of January, the first person to do that will get the Plexus organizer. Okay, and that, just to kind of that we call it going silver every month. So no matter where you are in your business, if you can consistently add 3 people every single month, your business will grow. It's proven. You will have momentum, and you will continue to rank, because that's just so. We just really encourage that power of 3 thing. Let's see. What else do I want to tell you guys? We have a really great training event coming up, a live training event coming up in Virginia Beach, the last weekend of January, so January 29th and 30th. The 29th, we're going to have a really nice reception. So if you're out of town and you're within driving distance, come for the night, because we're going to have a great reception Friday night. The room at the Holiday Inn is only $69. It's like a steal. And so spend the night and then spend the morning with us training. We'll probably finish up about 2:30. So if you're within driving distance, you can still get home maybe by dinner, or put your kids to bed. So it's going to be a great opportunity we're going to do a kind of a recap. How do we register for the event? Super easy. I posted it, but if you go to www.plexyswag.com. So it's PLEXYSWAG.com. And you just click that, and it's $25 for the whole weekend. That includes the reception. We'll probably have like light hors d'oeuvres, your training, and also lunch. So we're going to actually do like a bag lunch during the training. So it's a pretty good deal, y'all. So I do hope that you will make every effort to be there, because it's going to be great training. We've got, I think, 6 different speakers who are different. We've got I'll be training. We've got a senior Ruby training, Ruby. So people that have been doing it a little while, that have experience. We're going to recap Super Saturday if you missed that. We're also going to do something brand new, which has actually never been done before. So I'm really excited about doing this. And if it works well, we'll duplicate it. We're actually going to have breakout sessions. So what's going to happen is, you're going to come to the training. We'll do a general session where you'll have like speakers, but then there'll be like a choice of 7 or 8 different topics, and you'll actually be able to choose which one you go to. So if you feel like, I'd really like to brush up on my product knowledge, you can actually go to that breakout session. So there'll be much smaller groups, but if you're pretty good on product knowledge and you want to learn more about the business aspect, and you want to learn more about the compensation plan and the business building part of it, there'll be another breakout session for that. So to kind of give you guys some choices, and then we'll have some very beginner entry level type breakout sessions, and then maybe some more advanced ones that are more geared towards how to lead a team, how to create a team culture, you know, that kind of stuff. So anyway, super excited about it. So you guys, I hope that you will be able to make that happen. Let's see, what else did I want to tell you guys? Oh, I wanted to show you this. If you did not go to Super Saturday, I want to show you this really incredible thing that they showed us. This is going to be our new ambassador kit, you guys. It's this beautiful, nice box. It was actually designed by the people that do the Apple iPad type boxes, so it's really high quality, because obviously you can't feel the quality, but it is really great. It has a quick start guide. It had, oh my goodness, you guys, I'm so in love with this. I just want to die. All right, so it's got a quick start guide. It has a getting started guide. It has these really wonderful cards that you can use. It has their compensation plan. It is, you guys, first class. This is going to completely change how we train. It's going to completely make our new ambassadors feel like they have the tools that they need to really rock this business. This is the kind of stuff that's happening in our company. And we're so on the ground floor that this stuff is constantly going to be evolving. And so I want to just encourage you guys in that. You guys know that we've had the back office change. We've had trying to get our shipping department up to par, trying to get our customer service people trained. All of that is a result of really, really fast growth, because lots of people are benefiting and joining and having success. And so we're going to see more tools like this be rolled out in the next year or so to make our job easier as team leaders and ambassadors. So, oh yes, there is. You're right. Thank you, Lisa. I'll mention that in a minute about the service fee. And so this is just one of the things that's coming down the pike. There's actually, I've heard, so this is going to start, so when you sign up a new ambassador, instead of getting the old kit like we all got, they're going to start getting this really wonderful new kit. I believe they said starting January the 18th. My numbers, people, you guys tell me if I'm wrong. And then we as ambassadors, yeah, I got the thumbs up. We as ambassadors are going to be able to purchase those starting in February for $16.99. And I think I'm going to buy as many as they're going to let me buy, because I want those things to be able to give to some of my older people, maybe that have just joined in the last few months, that are just kind of getting started, that haven't really caught the vision yet. Because I think it's going to be a great tool to launch people to success. And so we'll probably also start designing some new ambassador trainings just around this welcome kit. I suspect that we'll start doing that in the next few weeks. So when we do like a Zoom call for new people, we're just going to go through their welcome kit. And when I say we, I'm going to say you guys. If you're a team leader and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, if you have one person on your team, you're a leader, you can do that. So this makes it really easy to train your new people. Jump on a Zoom call like this. If you're not sure how to get the service, it's free. You pay for it if you need a lot of people, but if you just needed to train 1 or 2 people, you can get this free, go through this welcome pack, and help your people. Because I want to just kind of throw this, I always give myself 45 minutes. So I got you guys for like 10 more minutes. So I'm just going to tell you this real quick. When you sign somebody up as a new ambassador, that's great. You did it. But that's the work starts. That's when your job really starts. Signing them up is fun. It's great, and we're all happy and we're excited, but you have to be a good trainer. You have to kind of hold that new person's hand and give them the resources and the tools that they need to be successful. It's very overwhelming when somebody first joins. The information is coming from all different places. They're trying to learn the products, the business, the culture, all of it at once. And so as a team leader, in the first week, connecting with your new person, if you can't get to them one-on-one, get on the phone with them, do a Zoom call, get with your sponsor. If you feel like you're not sure how to train, your sponsor is likely a little more experienced, and so do a 3-way and do it together. You immediately want to start identifying their goals, so you can, like what she was saying about the magic message for your prospects and your customers, you need to be doing the same thing for your new ambassadors, speaking their language. Because if you really start to understand what their goals are, then you can help set them up in the business to achieve those goals. And it might be they come and say, I just want to pay for my products. Great, let's figure out how to make that happen. I need $500 to pay for my kid's private school. Awesome, let's see how we're going to make that happen. So the first week of connecting is really important. And then in the first 30 days for your new person is going to really make or break them. Helping them kind of get off the ground, you know, running in the first 30 days and experience some level of success is going to be what keeps your people around. So you're not struggling with signing somebody up and then the next person, the next week, or the next month or two, they're dropping off. That can be frustrating when you're trying to build a team. It's called attrition, and it happens in our business. It's normal, but you want to try to control it as much as possible. And the way that you do that is doing your job as a team leader. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. That wasn't planned or scripted, but I just get excited about it and want to make sure. We have a lot of new people. We had a lot of people join in November and December, and I kind of feel like we need to kind of help those people. You know, we don't want anybody to get lost. We don't want people to fall through the cracks. So let's be, as team leaders, everybody on this call, obviously, you know, you're a leader if you want to be on this call and you want to learn. So if we're all kind of locking arms and helping those people not fall through the cracks, help them be successful. There's nothing worse for me than seeing somebody with awesome potential and then them just kind of giving up for whatever reason and never really understanding why. And I've had too many of those happen in my 2 years. And so it just hurts my heart because I look and I see what these products can do and what this business opportunity can do and how life-changing it is. And we don't want anybody to not really have the opportunity. So yeah, that's my soapbox. And I did write down a few things that I wanted to tell you if you're kind of thinking, well, you know, what do I do to get started, or how do I get people started? If you're a team leader or you're trying to build your business, doing a Facebook online event is really easy to do and it's very effective. And if you're a team leader, you have someone new, you can do that for them. You guys kind of can do it together, and it helps them with their prospecting, and you can model how to do it, and it's just very helpful, and it doesn't take any time. It doesn't take a lot of planning. We have the file in our on our team page in the file section of exactly how to do it. So do them every week. It doesn't matter. Just do those. Those are a great way to build your business and to help your people. If you're brand new and you're a team leader, try to do a launch party for your new people. We don't like to do parties, and that's part of our business model is we're not a party company, but doing a launch event is a great idea to invite friends, family, people, because your new person's excited. And when they're first starting, they're full of hope and they're full of optimism, and you want to kind of really help them in that. So doing that launch event and putting it on the calendar, don't wait. Put that on the calendar for them. And it can be out of their house. It could be at a restaurant. It could be at their church. It does not have to be fancy. Okay. Utilize three-way calls. If there's one thing that I hear from diamonds over and over and over again is how they utilize three-way calls for their business. We on our team, we need to work on that. We're not utilizing that tool, and it's really easy to do. And what that means is, so let's say Lisa. Now Lisa doesn't really need me because Lisa's a rock star, but I'll just use her as an example because there's her face. So Lisa has a prospect, and she says, she's talking to her prospect. Her prospect is on the fence for whatever reason, and she says, you know what? Let me let you talk to me. Dawn is my sponsor, and she's got some experience with the products, and she's got a testimony, and I'd love for her to be able to answer your questions too, because between the two of us, we'll be able to really answer your questions effectively. Can I add her to the call? You don't have to, doesn't have to be overly scheduled. And then the person's like, yeah, okay, fine. So then she just presses on her cell phone, add call. She dials my number. I come into the call, and then there's a three-way call going on. And there's just, for whatever reason, people, it's highly effective because then it's not a one-sided. Your prospect doesn't feel like you're just speaking to them or trying to sell them or whatever. You've got somebody else that offers some sense of validity and a different perspective. So I would challenge the entire team for us to get better about utilizing that, because if the diamonds are telling us it works, they're diamonds, right, guys? They're making $500,000 a year and they're super successful. We should probably listen to them. Yeah, okay, and that's all I had for you guys. And there's 14 of us on the line, and I see a bunch of chat, so let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, yeah, the 25. So the training is 25, but in order to utilize the service, it's kind of like a PayPal fee, you guys. So in order to make sure that we make enough money, that we have to pay the online service to process all the stuff between the credit cards. So there's an extra, it's like a $3 service fee. that's why. Let's see. But it's still a good deal because you're getting a lot. You get lunch, training, and a Friday night reception. And then everybody just telling Dawn that you're so awesome. You did a great job.